No, I think we're in the right places. We just weren't making plays, unfortunately. So that's the end of our preseason. We got ready for a really tough conference coming up, and our first conference road trip to two really good teams.
Coach, it's been a little, up and down through the non-conference play, a couple of good wins, and, as we saw this weekend, winning last night, coming out and losing today. How much of that, can you attribute to, young lineup, a lot of players stepping into new roles? Did you expect some of this inconsistency out of the gate from this team this season?
Yeah, I think, yes. The short answer is yes. I think that, a lot of teams, there's always a band of performance that you feel like you'll probably be in, and the younger teams have a bigger band, and we've been all over that band so far this season. We can play some of the best volleyball we can play, and some of the worst volleyball we can play, and unfortunately sometimes it's in the same match. So the key for this group will be to use these as learning experiences. I think we've had a couple set fours here in the last week where we're down 2-1 and we don't respond the way we need to respond, unfortunately, and then we dig ourselves a deeper hole. We had 6 unforced errors in their first 10 points in that fourth set, and we really had opportunities in the third set. I think it's a different match if we execute on 2 or 3 plays that we normally would execute on.
You brought up the third set where it went long again, just like it did yesterday, but this time you guys were on the other end of it. Do you think that kind of affected the mentality going into the fourth set? Do you think that kind of weighed on everyone's mind?
I hope not. I'd be surprised. That's not how we want to think. I felt like after that third set we were pretty energized because I thought we played really well, and that's what we talked about, and we just got into a little bit of a rut, and then in that fourth set, and then couldn't dig ourselves out.
Low hitting percentage out of the gate again tonight. We've seen that a few times this season out of the team. I know if you had an easy fix, it had been fixed already, I guess. Sure. But how do you maybe address that going into Big 12 play? How
do you address having a better offensive efficiency? You practice every day. You pass, you set, you hit, you run your tempo that you're supposed to run. You make good choices. All of these things are daily practice habits that we have, right? And the thing with stress is it puts you in a place where you're going to do what's comfortable, and so we have to practice long enough so that what's comfortable is the right thing instead of the wrong thing.
What do you think the biggest changes you'll see in the Big 12 versus the Pac-12 are?
We're going to fly east instead of west. I think will be the biggest change. Really good teams. Arizona State, top 10. Kansas, top 10. BYU, if they're not in the top 10, they certainly can be. Utah, really good. Arizona, best start in the last 15 years. Those are just the ones I know we're playing soon. So, we're going to play 8 teams that are most likely as good, if not better, than the one we just lost to tonight. So we're going to have to grow up here soon.
And last year you guys struggled a bit on the road, and now the travel schedule is arguably getting a little bit tougher. You got to go all the way to Orlando for a game. So how are you guys trying to kind of prepare better for those road trips compared to last year where it was a little bit shorter of a trip?
Well, we haven't done it yet, so it's hard to prepare specifically. You can't prepare differently for road trips. You're still taking the same bus. You're still taking the same flight. You're still in the same hotel. You're still in a different gym. You do all the things that everyone does to try to get there on time, try to get a couple serve and passes in, try to mitigate what travel does to your body, what lack of sleep can do to your body on the road. So there's not if there was a magic pill to traveling better, I would buy it.
You mentioned, some of the inconsistencies sometimes in the same match, playing your best and your worst. I guess a body of work so far in non-conference play. I mean, going back to North Texas to now going into Big 12. Do you feel like despite it all, the team has made strides, or do you want to see kind of maybe more on a weekly basis?
Of course, I think we're gonna strive to get better every week, and certainly better from the first third of the season, which is non-conference, to the second third of the season, which is the first time through conference, to the next time through conference. You want to get better each time. I think the hope is that some of our inconsistency, are things that we get better at as we play more as a group, and as some of the younger kids start to recognize some things that are going to help us succeed versus things that maybe don't. These are all great questions, by the way.
All good?
Awesome. Thank you, everybody. Go Buffs.